Hey guys, with season 2 around the corner, it's time to start discussing our season 2 BiS list and the gear and professions that we should be looking for. Um, let's go ahead and start with NG goggles. So we're definitely going to be wanting to drop blacksmithing at this point and switch to NG goggles, and we're most likely going to be staying NG and jewel crafting for the rest of the expansion in terms of BiS setup for PvP. Uh, Reason being, it's just obvious. NG goggles are an amazing item as is stat wise, and they give you a on equip slightly increase your stealth detection. Just an amazing item. Completely worth the profession slot, just as worth as the Panther is for us in the trinket slot. Okay. Now let's talk about the kind of the items that are automatic slot ins, so we can get those out of the way. Obviously, we're still going to be running a 4 set, so now that we have a mandatory headpiece. We have to go shoulders, chest, gloves, and legs of Glad gear. Okay, so that's not really even up for debate there. You just have to get that 4 set for the 10 energy, and energy goggles are definitely the strongest fifth item for those slots. So we grab those. Now let's talk about the veterans gear. The veterans gear is actually very strong for season 2 in certain slots. Um, the neck is insane. Let's go ahead and compare it to what we would be running instead. Um, Joker Violent 10, as you can see, same amount of attack power on our PvP set, uh, with the upside of a socket, 13 stam. Um, we lose a little bit of attack power because of the agi, but we gain 18 Brazil. Like I said, the socket and crit rating, it just do the math on it. It turns out to be just slightly better. Veterans says. Okay, and the veterans belt. Okay, this is definitely more of a discussion here because there's two PvE belts that are worth looking at. We get the belt of 100 deaths, which just has a shit ton of attack power on it. 74 attack power, and 2 sockets. Uh, this one's just going to come down, and then we have belt of deep shadow. Okay, so look at these. I compared the stats on the belt of 100 deaths versus the veterans here. You're gaining like all you would with sockets, you'd be getting almost 72 attack power in exchange for like 20 stand, 30 Brazil, 16 crit, 1 agi. So it's definitely gonna come down to like personal preference, in my opinion, for that slot. If you want to be a little bit more beefy, 20 stand, 30 Brazil is a lot, and it's definitely going to matter. And so is at the same time, so is 72 attack power. So it's like, comes down to your comp potentially and your win condition. If you're playing Rogue Mage, obviously that 72 attack power is going to win more games than 20 stand 30 Brazil is, right? So think about those items. Same can be kind of said for the Van Braces of Ending versus Veterans. These ones are much more closer. I'll pull up the stat comparison for these real quick. It's 5 stam, 9 crit, 15 Brazil versus 3 agi, 32 attack power. Much minor of a difference than the belt, but same case can be said, right? Depending on comp, either one of the two might be best for you, depending on your playstyle, comp, personal preference, etc., etc. Okay, Rod of Sun King is the best option for PvP for main hand. Why? Okay, highest top end, first of all, almost sets it in stone as is. Highest top end is just amazing. Your hemos are just gonna be critting harder. You're gonna do more damage, and this proc can win you games, guys. Look at this proc. Chance on melee attack to gain 10 energy. Do I really have to explain why that would be amazing? Like, just think about it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and compare the cloak to Drape, which we were running in season 1. Uh, it's just a straight up upgrade. If we needed the hit, we would still run Drape, but as you can see with this setup, I'm still 6.34% hit, which is just fine. We gain 4 agi, 7 stam, and 34 attack power. It's just a straight up upgrade. We slot that in. Season 2 PvP offhand, obviously you grab the dagger because it's 1.4 speed. Season 2 throwing weapon is very nice, 1.3 speed on it, keeping those rogues and those druids in combat so they can't re-stealth on you. And then you have some insane rings in Ring of Lethality and Band of the Ranger General. If you are a player, like I said, who loves being a little bit more beefy, want a little bit more resil, you can go ahead and swap Band of the Ranger General for Veterans Band of Triumph. that would push you over 300 Brazil with this setup. You would be a little low on hit. You'd be basically just PvP hit capped, and like we've discussed before, you want to be a little bit higher than PvP hit cap for those mages running Arctic Winds and rogues with heightened senses, that kind of stuff. Uh, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all the items that are worth discussing. Yeah, I guess you could say Master's Treads. Master's Tread could be debatable. Not really, in my opinion, because of my personal preference, but same story. The veterans boots are pretty chunky, like 45 stam, 30 Brazil, 30 agi, 16 crit, 34 attack power. They're massive, uh, massive boots. But losing that stealth level, in my personal preference, I just can't do it. Can't do it. But yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or try to catch me live at twitch.tv/BrandTVX to discuss this. If you have any disagreements, definitely say something in the comments, and I'll discuss it with you. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.